Hey Sagittarius, my name is Audrey Allison and this is your April 2014 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for tuning in. Top of the month, Venus on April 5th is moving into Pisces, and this is a mutable sign like you are, Sagittarius, and this is in your fourth house. Venus is actually exalted in Pisces. Venus being exalted in Pisces means when she's stationed there, she's able to do her most beneficial work and most harmonious work. So your fourth house of home and family is beautiful right now. There's a lot of love and money and abundance in the family, and sensuality, and it's just the place that you'd like to be. So that's a beautiful start off to the month, and hold that true and hold that dear to you, because the rest of the month is like catapulting into just a lot of manic energy. So let me get into that. On the 7th of April, Mercury goes into Aries. Mercury will join Uranus in Aries as well. This is, let's see, Sagittarius. Aries is another fire sign, so that's compatible to you. And it's in your 5th house of children and romance and creative endeavors. So the 4th house being activated by Venus and the 5th house of Mercury, you could get news of a new child. There could be children in the home. Also, Uranus and Mercury together, Uranus, the planet of electricity and sudden shocks and change, meeting up with Mercury, the planet of communication, Hermes, the messenger, communication, study, speech, writing, local travel, siblings, errands, neighbors. Those joining together could bring sudden news or information about children, about the home. So keep your ears open for that, because news or communication about creative endeavors or children could be coming into the picture for you, Sag. On April 14th, Pluto retrogrades at 13 degrees Capricorn, and this is your 2nd house of money and finance. Pluto retrograding in Capricorn would mean you need to be frugal at this time. You need to save your resources as well as your energy, but save your dough. Set that aside, because Pluto will be retrograde here through September 23rd of 2014. So you just want to watch your budget, get on your finances, refinance, save as much as you can. Don't purchase grand trips, and you don't want to have a lot of expenditures at this time. You want to keep your wallet in check. On April 15th, we're having our first of 2 eclipses of the month, and here we go, kiddies. On the 15th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse, 25 degrees Libra. Okay, so your goals are changing here. Your 11th house is your friendships, goals, hopes, wishes, clubs, organizations. Eclipses bring change, and they also bring quick, imminent change. They eclipse things out of your life that no longer suit you, as uncomfortable as that may feel at the time. It's probably working to your betterment of your life path. So a lunar eclipse in your 11th, your goals are changing. You're prioritizing differently. Your wishes might change. You are maybe not putting yourself first anymore. You're putting your friends and your relationships with friends and clubs and groups first, and also realigning what your goals are at this eclipse. The eclipse will do it for you if you're not already doing it. So if you're just on the couch eating potato chips and, you know, kicking your feet up, the eclipses will get you aligned anyway, and it might be more uncomfortable if you don't take action yourself and be your own initiator. So let's see what else we have. On April 19th, the sun is going into Taurus, like it does every year from April 19th through May 20th. Taurus, for you, is kind of an odd sign. It's your 6th house, okay? So this is your health, your daily routine, your regimens, your schedule from 9 to 5, your structure, how you're realigning your day. The sun going in here is actually giving warmth to your health. Sagittarians might find that between April 19th and May 20th, your health is doing exceptionally well. I have the urge to pull a card here. This is the Ten of Coins. We love this card, but this is interesting because it is about saving your money that I mentioned, and this man is very frugal, but he's also very selfish because he keeps his coins in front of his eyes, and it's the only thing he sees materialistically. Now, I mentioned earlier, you might be putting others ahead of yourself, and that was interesting that I even said that, just to me personally, because I don't know where that came from. The 11th house was activated, but this card is a selfish, frugal man. So what you want to do is put others before yourself for the month of April and also save as much as you can. Okay, that card, I just felt like I wanted to do that. You're the only sign where I started reading cards in the middle of, as of yet. So just to let you know. I also brought out my astrological deck that I'll use in a few, as well as some more tarot cards, because I had some messages from people and clients and YouTubers wanting to know where my astrological deck went that I was so excited about. So I brought him back to play for a little while to please the masses. Okay, so after the sun goes into Taurus, with that beautiful sun shining in your sixth sector, something crazy happens the next day. From April 20th and April 21st, we have what is called a grand cardinal cross in the sky, a square. And now what this is 4 major planets squaring each other off and opposing each other at 13 exact degrees. Now these are all of the cardinal astrological signs. We have cardinal signs, mutable signs, and fixed signs. Cardinal represents Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Now, you're not one of them, which is a good thing, but these will affect you in the certain sectors that they fall. So let's go over it. Uranus is stationed in Aries right now, 13 degrees. We have Jupiter stationed in Cancer, 13 degrees. We have Mars stationed in Libra, retrograde. Okay, Mars retrograde in Libra at 13 degrees. And then we have Pluto retrograde in Capricorn at 13 degrees. So this is the square. Jupiter's opposing Pluto and Uranus is squaring Pluto. Your houses that are going to be affected here are the 2nd, the 5th, the 8th, and the 11th. 2nd house of finance and resources, the 5th house of children, the 8th house of rebirth and change, regeneration, and other people's shared resources. And then the 11th house of goals and hopes and clubs and friendships. I feel like Sagittarians are procreating and having babies, and the home is switched up, and you know, people in the home and the support system and the finances need to be shifted. And if you're not having babies, it's about your earnings and the restructuring and the tense alignment of your income and resources and possessions, and making a new path for yourself, a new regimen on how you're planning to rebudget and save. And these things will come to you. You know, if you don't have the means to do some serious revamping, things will come to you. Just let the eclipses work that out. On the 23rd, and let me say this, because I've been saying this in all the videos, and it's been very trippy here in Los Angeles, but we've had some earthquakes, okay? And I actually predicted one 12 hours before it occurred. I left the desert early with a girlfriend of mine because we just had this feeling. And I know that this Uranus-Pluto square and the cardinal, the grand cross, is combustible. Because Uranus, electricity and shock, and Mars, anger and aggression, and Pluto, death and change, all of them together could mean earthquakes and volcanic eruptions and volatile energy and argument and aggression and earthly changes. So please be safe out there in the world in April, because I feel like we will have some more earthquakes, if not straight up volcanoes erupting. And I think of Yellowstone a lot and that location. But I just wanted to preface that this energy is planetary, and throughout April, in the middle of the two eclipses, is that grand cross. So there could be earthquakes centered around that, again, here in LA. And the West Coast in general. So just be prepared. And be safe when you're driving with a Mars retrograde, because that is extreme amount of road rage and also people not behaving in the way they normally would behind the vehicle, behind the wheel of the vehicle. On April 23rd, Mercury is transiting going into Taurus. So here's, again, 6th house, health, regimen, routine. Let's see. So we have Taurus activity in the second half of the month. From the sun going into Taurus, Mercury going into Taurus, joining the sun. And we also have, you'll be communicating about your change, your regimen, your health. And the new moon solar eclipse on April 29th is 8 degrees in Taurus in the 6th house for you. So you're changing your daily habits. You're changing your routine. You could be quitting smoking. You could be, eclipses eclipse things out of your life. So if you're addicted to something, or not necessarily drugs, that's more 8th, 12th house, but eclipses in the 6th house, you could change your habits. So if you're doing something just habitually, like smoking or eating, or habit forming regimens could be changed and removed from your life at this time. And if you're not thinking of doing it, this would be a great time to implement those changes, because you have the support of the universe behind you and the forces of the planets. Okay, let me pick some cards and see what happens and occurs for you, Sagittarius. I wish I was able to get it brighter in here. I've opened every door and window, lights are on, but I just don't, do I need a spotlight in here? I don't get it. Let's see what's up. Okay, did I just pull this for you? I mean, did I just do this in this reading? This is rebirth, transformation, growth, Phoenix rising from the ashes. It wanted to come out again. If this is the one that I pulled a few minutes ago, when I channel in readings, which I often do, a lot of this information is coming through me. I don't prepare for these readings. I just have my planetary chart here and I just go with the flow. But this card, I think, just literally came up twice in this reading. So the Ten of Wands is a fire sign for you. And if it didn't, I apologize. It must have just come up in the one before. This is rebirth, rising from the ashes. Plutonian card, but it's fire for you, Sag. Change is imminent this month in April. And there feels like there'll be a new birthing of something, whether that's actual children for Scorpios or a reincarnated version of yourself. Okay, let me pull one more. This is the Sage, Four of Swords. He's the thinker, meditation, deep, calm spiritual practices, thought. Your 12th house has to do with this card. Your psychic ability. You might want to trust your own intuition in the month of April, as you should always do that. It's so easy to say, but this card is very much about being very quiet and still with yourself. With all these planets having such aggressive combinations with one another, for you to remain as calm and still as possible is your best bet in the month of April. Let me pull one astrological card for you. Venus. Now, I know I just pulled this card in the last reading. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I shuffle the heck out of these. But Venus, for you, is going to, well, Venus is going into Pisces, another mutable sign. This is affecting your 4th house of home. So Venus is beautifying your home, is bringing love to the home, is bringing money to the home, a comfort to the home, sensuality, an artistic expression, beautification to the home. I hope you like this reading. My name is Audrey Alison. You can book with me at audreyallison.com. I read all through the week, and I wanted to thank you so much for your purchasing my readings. I really appreciate that, and for tuning in. I can also be found at Facebook at Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot. I'm wishing you a beautiful April. I will see you in May, and have a sweet day. Bye, Sag.